Who? Radio?
They're coming.
Fitzy and Wippa.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
Hello there, podcast listeners. It is Leno and Jess here from the team, and you may have heard in yesterday's episode that Whip was banging on about his old man's spaghetti sauce. So Sarah has actually laid down a challenge in this episode to see if it is the real deal.
The best bit as well is we had to brief Snitch to make a dad's spaghetti.
Oh yeah, do you want me to play that?
Yeah, please.
Please, so let me just, 1 second while I bring this
Here
up.
he is, live on the panel via the podcast.
Dad's spaghetti, dad's spaghetti.
And you know that Snitchy would have just gone, after he had to record it. Also on the way, we want to know, have you had a tattoo fail at all? And if you have, please DM us a picture because we do a great break. There's some bloody awful ones out there and you're going to hear all about it.
Fitzy and Wippa.
Let's talk about the nude man that wandered into the BP in Edgecliff. What was he thinking? I mean, to start with, great effort. He had his sunglasses and his thongs on, so he at least had some level of clothing on. Protection for your feet, protection for your eyes.
I actually envy him in a way.
Beautiful freedom.
Yeah, just to walk around and not have a worry in the world being
Yeah.
completely naked.
Especially because he didn't have a great rig. So
Sarah,
you're really
that's
comfortable with
not
what's...
fair.
Well, there were a lot of
is-
things hanging, and I don't mean the front stuff.
And he's only 48. Like,
Are
he's
you
not,
kidding?
No.
That was
And
the
you're
body
right.
of a 70-year-old.
It did look like he had a few more years on him there. You can see the shot from behind as he wanders towards a big stack of well-priced toilet roll.
It's a
that's
jarring
stacked out the front.
thing. You know, I think the guy that was in the BP as well did very well just to focus on his eyes.
Yep, too true.
Because where do you look in that situation?
Well, in an interview the guy behind the counter did, he said that he was actually quite concerned and felt bad that he didn't have a COVID mask on.
oh, right.
So he was...
What, downstairs or upstairs?
No, upstairs. He was fine with downstairs. I mean, don't turn around too quickly. You'll knock the chocolates off the shelf. But he was more concerned that he wasn't obeying the COVID rules. Unfortunately, he's found himself in court. He's heading to court this Thursday, a couple of days. And he has said, I'll consider wearing a tie.
Who ID'd him? What a no fun. Like, who was the friend who saw the picture and called the cops and said, I know that guy?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But see, a lot of people do drive around nude as well.
No, they don't.
No, there are a lot of people. Truck drivers take photos of people in their
Really?
cars nude all the time. They're the only ones can see from that height.
13 24 10. Is there anybody right now? I mean, it's early. It's really early. It would surprise me if we got a call. Tommy, would we throw in a bottle of gin or some whiskey?
And it's raining.
And it's raining.
But yes, double chin gin on the way, yep.
Is there anybody driving right now in the nude?
Or
I'll accept thongs and
Or
sunglasses.
have you ever?
Yeah, or have you ever?
Yeah. I mean, you
that
might get
seatbelt-
changed in the car. A lot of people get changed in the car.
Well, a guy that I played footy with, my first taste of independence, Rowan Wolf, I've just named him. Wolfie was at the Sydney Swans, and he said when he was young... Oh, no.
Go
I
on,
can't
you're
tell
in.
this.
Too late now.
No, it wasn't Rowan Wolf. That's a fake name you made up.
Go on. No,
You're in.
come on.
What did he do?
You want to, too.
What did he
That's
do?
the thing.
Just...
So, you know, you get on to, as footballers, you get on the conversation of the first time that you realise that you get excited in that area sometimes, right? And he was in the car and his dad was driving and he said he was in the car and the seatbelt, he was talking about the seatbelt was placed on a certain part of his body.
You've told me this.
And he was just playing with the seatbelt up the top.
Yeah.
And it was rubbing on a certain part of the area. And it got him very excited, Sarah.
Oh, my God. If I were
On the
this
way to
guy,
school,
I'd
or-
be so upset with you right now. So upset.
I mean, if we're going
Shout
down...
out. He's down in Bendigo now anyway.
I reckon he's got a phone.
Well, there was another guy I knew, and he was here in Sydney, and he got a phone call from two girls, and they said, why don't you come and join us? And he thought, wow, what an opportunity. They were in Palm Beach. He dropped a Viagra and drove up there in the nude.
Why would you do it in the car?
I don't know.
What if you need petty? It's a bit of a drive to Palm Beach.
What if you have an accident?
He got there and they'd fallen asleep. So it's
Did he
just
actually take a bag of clothes?
Yeah, I don't know. No, he was at the beach at the time, and his clothes were wet.
Can we go to Daryl? Daryl, you saw someone butt naked in Mossman. Whereabouts?
I did. Well, I just picked my 88-year-old nan up from the airport. She'd been away for 6 weeks. She's telling me about a lovely time she had in England. And there's this woman beside me going down Spit Hill, and she was a good sort, and I did not hear a word my nan said. Like, this woman beside me, I was like, wow, does this always happen here or what?
This is phenomenal. I didn't realise it was a thing.
Michael in Rose Meadow, you like to drive around nude, Michael?
Oh, yeah, why not? It's easy to do, for one, especially out here.
Where's that here? Oh, in Rose Meadow?
Well, not so much just in Rosemeadow because it's still close to the Campbelltown, but whenever I'm going camping and stuff, yeah, why not?
Yeah, but without being gross, like your car seat must be
I know.
a bit
You've
off.
got your bum
No,
rubbing.
there's a towel.
Oh, towel.
How respectful.
And is it because you're lazy, Michael? You just can't be stuffed putting clothes on, or...?
Oh, it's depending on where I'm going to.
It's liberating, is it? You feel free, yeah.
Mate, I find that. I jump in the pool in the nude a bit, and Lisa says, don't do that, the neighbours can see.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm not going to clog up the filter box.
Someone else has to swim in that afterwards.
Well, but often they're swimming at the same time.
Mate,
I'll say, boys, nude up, we're in the pool.
You had to dry yourself down with 2 towels yesterday. You were so hairy.
I did. I get
really?
dog wash comes round. I get blow dried, says. I go through the car wash. I walk through.
Brad in St Mary's, what did you see on the roads last week?
So last week I was driving to Canberra between Goulburn and the Federal Highway.
Yep.
There was a P-plater and, boys, she had nothing on.
Wow.
That's a P-plater.
Yeah.
This is...
Wow, Brad.
It happens regularly.
What, what was she doing? Just driving? Was it... I wonder where she was going. My mind runs, Brad.
No, she was doing her tax, mate.
I'm trying to work out. I mean, well, she wasn't getting change and you caught her halfway, Brad, or anything?
Oh, you can only assume. It was a hot day, but, yeah.
See,
Drive
this...
full starkers.
Like I said...
Matt Groot's gone very quiet. Can I see both hands in the air, Matt?
What? Just on the conversation alone? It's not that exciting,
thank
mate.
you.
And like I said, I envy if you have got full confidence in your body to do that.
Yeah.
I envy you, because I was getting changed in here yesterday,
Yes.
and it was
Whatever that was we were doing yesterday.
mate, and it just freaks you out that when people walk into the room and that you can't feel comfortable. Well, if you're full comfortable.
Are you
in
not
your birthday-
comfortable in the nude, Fitzy, given you are, like, there is not an inch to pinch on your body?
I'm completely comfortable, but I think
Sorry,
that's
hold up. We didn't turn to you.
No,
we were
he-
asking the super fit ex-athlete who's ripped as all
No,
hell.
we're
Not
talking about being comfortable because says you're right. That's the thing. He's ripped. I'm not.
Yeah, so why aren't you comfortable in the nud?
Well, it's no, it's not. I'm just talking about walking around with other people that you don't
Yeah,
know.
I guess in
I
public.
don't care anymore. I just don't care.
Spot the guy who
Do you
gave
know what
up.
the difference is?
All right, go and do it then.
Well,
go and do it in the
I
office
don't
today.
think it's all that appropriate in a workplace in 2022. We've had issues over the years, mate. You know that.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to what if it.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Let's talk about family. How good is family?
I actually want to marry my cousin.
That's what we need to focus on, because a lot of people love their family a lot more than others. And you know what? We've had a bit of a joke on this show with Matty de Groot. I mean, I put a song together. His best mate, Dean Lewis. Wrote a song about Matty de Groot hooking up with his cousin.
And my friend said, I know you love her, but it's your cousin, mate.
I mean, it was
really creepy. Put your phone away.
It was one of the greatest moments on this show when we found out that Matty de Groot had hooked up.
Okay.
I think what I like about that story too, Fitz, is that you asked Dean Lewis to do a version of it.
No.
He said the record label won't let me. Unfortunately, he was keen, MDG, as your best mate. He was keen.
He wasn't keen and it never happened. And what's frustrating is for 4 years we've had this conversation and it has never happened. And yet the fact that I need to deny it means people go, well, obviously, if you didn't kiss her, something must have happened.
You know what was weird,
Not
though?
a thing.
At your wedding, right, the happiest day of your life
Yes.
was the most devastating day of another poor girl's life. And we met her. Is it Cherie?
Renee.
We met her on the dance floor. Remember that,
Interchangeable.
Fitz?
She was lovely.
She was crying because she'd lost the love of her life.
She hadn't
Her
lost the love of
cousin.
her life.
She
I'm
was
not the love of
crying
her
because
life.
you guys had been spreading rumours on air about her.
It is the most absurd lie that you guys get unending joy out of.
There's a few
But
on
it
this
is
show.
an absurd lie.
I'm here to make you feel a little bit better.
Oh, that's kind.
I feel great.
Because Ancestry.com has just brought out...
Ancestry.
What?
No.
going to say?
Hopefully not a client.
What do they have? Famous people who married their cousins. Would you like to hear
I
this?
actually want to marry my
I
cousin.
don't want to marry my cousin,
You're not the only one.
So here we go. We'll kick it off with Rudy Giuliani, who is...
He's such a weirdo. This is not good.
No, it gets better for you. So he, in 1968, he married the daughter of his father's first cousin. So they were related, they were cousins. So there's your first one to kick it off. Second one was H.G. Wells, the man who wrote The War of the Worlds. He married his first cousin in 1891.
Okay. Wow.
It was short-lived. He went on to marry one of his students. No, one of his students after that. Saddam Hussein.
Upstanding member of the community.
The former Iraqi dictator had multiple wives, but his first wife was his first cousin.
Oh, my gosh.
Charles Darwin. So you're a Darwinism.
Wow.
I'm a big Darwin guy.
The evolution of man.
He married his cousin to try and kill the population.
He didn't marry his cousin to try to marry end the population, and I didn't kiss
His last study was on people with 6 fingers, which was... No one's actually read that.
I didn't know this one, but Albert Einstein married his cousin.
Stop saying it like I should be reassured by this. Stop looking at me every time you come up with a name.
Here's an audio clue for you. See if you can guess this one.
You shake my nerve.
You ran on my brain.
Chubby Checker?
No, Jerry Lee Lewis.
All right.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his first cousin, Myra Williams, when she was only 13 years of age.
Well, that's not
keen.
cool.
That's a big
The
Christmas.
union, which was his third marriage, and her first, caused a lot of fan backlash for Lewis. And the pair lasted only 4 years. He would go on to marry 4 more times. Here's another clue for you, audio clue.
Who sang this? Footloose.
This was
No, but who was the actor?
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
No,
way.
No.
His wife, Kyra Sedgwick, is actually related to him. Distant cousins.
Do you know what? I see it as something that takes place, one, if you're very lonely and weird. Secondly, maybe different parts of the country, right? If you're from Middle America or you may be from the outback somewhere and it's slim pickings, right? You got not a lot on the go. So you think, oh, I've always got on well with her. We have things in common. Yeah, family members. All right, well, if nothing else is floating around, then let's have a look at it. You're bored.
Mate, you're in an amazing
You're
group.
bored.
No, I'm not.
In an amazing
Kevin
group.
Bacon's pretty good.
That's an amazing group of people, but I'm not part of them.
I mean, get them all into one room. Rudy Giuliani, Saddam Hussein, Charles Darwin, Jerry Lee Lewis, Kevin Bacon, Albert
all
Einstein.
start-
That's a good night
Did
out.
they all start at a wet T-shirt comp?
Okay.
Do you know that?
That
Did they
did-
all throw a bucket of water over the
That didn't
cousin's
happen.
boobs?
I think there's a reunion at the Plantation Hotel this week.
This has got to be over now, right? Make it in.
I'll call your mum.
Tattoo regrets. I mean, we can have these. 13
How many out there?
Anyone that gets on the show as well, you know the deal. You're going to the running for 50k Fridays. I mean, if you've got a shocking tattoo, if a tattoo artist stuffed up your tattoo, or if you know a story, 13 24 10, that can win you $50,000. Machine Gun Kelly. Well, he's quite popular at the moment. He's going out with
Engaged to Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
That's right.
I mean, those two are... Did you see when he proposed to her?
Oh, yeah, and everyone was ripping him for what he was wearing.
What did he wear?
He was wearing a black and white top, and it looked like he worked at Foot Locker. And because he got down on one knee...
I did see that. It looked like he was going bowling.
He got down on one knee, and the meme was, because he was giving her a ring, and her face was surprised, the meme was, it looks like, you know, he was a Foot Locker employee, and he'd found a pair of shoes out the back that they didn't know was there, and she was really excited about it.
Turns out we do have a size 9.
But I mean, they go to lengths. I mean, they want to exchange blood and everything, don't
I think
they?
she does the blood around the neck thing.
Okay, that's weird. Remember when Conor McGregor had a crack at him not long ago on a red carpet?
Yes, out the back of an awards show.
I don't know what happened there, but Conor, you know...
He said he went up to ask him for an autograph and Machine Gun Kelly turned on him, which feels weird because given the physicality, I don't think Machine Gun Kelly's
security
trying to fight
jumped
you.
in to hold Conor McGregor back.
Yeah.
So his new album's coming out, and Travis Barker works on his albums quite a bit as well as a drummer. And they decided to get a tattoo of Machine Gun Kelly's new album name, which was Born with Horns.
Great idea.
Got it on their arm. It was quite large along the arm there. Born with Horns. There was a video done.
Awesome.
They're like, this is awesome. Well done, brother. This is great. And then Machine Gun Kelly yesterday sat down with his good mate Travis Barker and had this to say to him.
Okay, we're friends no matter what, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Remember when Remember when we got the new album name tattooed on our arms? Mm-hmm. I'm changing the album name.
Oh.
Okay, what's the new album name?
It's called Mainstream Sellout.
You're kidding me. Is there room on the other arm to go with the new album title?
He got his best mate to get the new tattoo, Born with Horns, on his arm, and the new album's actually going to be called
You
Mainstream
can't do
Sellout.
that. If you're a best mate, you don't change the name of the title. You do not change the album name.
How do you change Born with Horns?
Mate, I've got Whispering Jack on my bicep here. And John Farnham thought about changing that back in the early 90s. I said, Jack...
Going through some of the greatest tattoo fails of all time is just it's a great half an hour on the internet if you get a chance.
I mean, my favourite is by Ryan Fitzgerald. You know, the one where the boy...
He was a tattoo artist.
Yeah,
yes.
Was he the tattoo artist? And he got back at his girlfriend.
Who was cheating on him.
Yeah, she wanted a tattoo on her back. He said, yeah,
Of a butterfly.
That's right, I'll do it for you. He drew a huge steaming pile of poo. Tattooed on her back with like the smell and the flies all over it, says.
Oh, yeah.
And then said, I've done it, you look great, enjoy your life.
I mean, these are some of my favourites. No regrets.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's a good
Spelling
one.
will get you.
I love this one. My mum is my angle.
Okay, very easy to do, and I've done that many times.
This one was from John Bovey. It's John Bon Jovi, or John Bovey. This John Bovey. It is my life.
Oh, apostrophe.
Awesome.
Too young to die, too fast to live.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Go on.
It's get better. Now, that's all the way up his arm. Like, that's massive. This guy's gone in and said, I'll have AC/DC with the lead singer on the top of it, and they've tattooed Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury with AC/DC.
Awesome. I mean, Leno, the good thing about your tattoo, which is the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, don't regret it.
The scribe from the Lord of the Rings.
No regrets.
No regrets. The good thing is when you've got your shorts up and everyone can see it because it goes all the way around your thigh.
Yes.
So no one can actually read the braille that it's in.
I don't think it's Braille.
Well, not Braille, but the scripture that it's
Elfin
in.
or something, isn't it?
What is it?
Yeah, it's like Elvish.
Yeah, of course, it's Elvish, which no one understands. So no one can point out the spelling mistake that's probably halfway through
If you've ever seen Lord of the Rings, you know what it is just by looking at it.
What does it say again, mate?
It said, one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them.
You really love your ring, mate.
It's good.
You're a huge fan.
Kath's giving us a call from Mascot. What was your tattoo fail, Kath?
My girlfriend and I got matching ladybird tattoos on our feet, and the tattoo artist gave us 8 legs instead of 6.
Don't count them. Don't look at it too closely. It's just a ladybird on a foot.
They're still the best. Still the best by a mile was Geelong. The year that Geelong won the AFL Premiership.
Yeah.
And a guy wanted to he was a huge Geelong supporter, Sarah, but it's quite expensive, really expensive. So he wanted to get the Cats emblem on his arm because they won the day premiership and they won the night premiership that year and in the pre-season as well. So he said, on my left arm, I'm going to do day premiers. On my right arm, I'm going to do night premiers.
Yeah.
So he went in. Instead of getting it in Australia, too expensive, went over to Thailand with his missus for a romantic holiday. And he said, I'll get the tattoo there because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The guy said, what do you want? Write it down on this piece of paper. He said, left arm, I want Geelong day premiers. Yep. Right arm, I want Geelong night premiers. Now, the guy actually tattooed the word left arm
he didn't.
on his left arm. And then instead of day, it was gay premiers. So it said left arm, gay premiers, Geelong.
Oh, how heartbreaking. Wrong on every level.
Go, Cats, go. No, hang on. Pull down the song for a minute. We're not finished on tattoos. Let's talk further about Leno's What is it? No, stop the song, Leno. So you've got the Lord of the Rings tattoo around your thigh, right?
Yes, that's right.
Here's what I need to ask. Have you ever tried to pick up using your tattoo?
I have.
And how do you do that? Do you get onto a conversation deliberately to talk about Lord of the Rings?
I didn't go deliberately, but once the conversation came up about Lord of the Rings, I said, I've got a tattoo for Lord of the Rings. And she said, where is it? And if I'm wearing long pants, I can't show it without taking my pants off. And so she said, I'm going to have to see this. I said, I have to take my pants off. And I'm not shy about then just pulling my pants down.
Yeah,
and she's like, no. You have to show me that at home. And I was like, okay, wink, wink.
Christine, so forward.
So you could have been lying about it.
My precious.
Yeah. And so then And I was like,
Do you want to see my precious?
If you've got a Lord of the Rings tattoo, you're obviously a bit nerdy.
Yeah.
Not hugely confident. So I still was unsure about what was happening. But then when I walked into her place and I saw Star Wars figurines, a PlayStation, an Xbox, Nintendo.
You knew you were on.
A Lord of the Rings tattoo, and I was like, this is the man cave.
And a dead body.
You know, and a Blink-182 poster. You thought, hang on, I'm on here.
I'm on here. This is the man cave for nerds.
So you got a tattoo around your thigh as an excuse to drop your pants.
So
this is wild.
That wasn't deliberately my...
No, stop the song.
thought.
I haven't finished.
Yes, you have.
13, 24, 10. Do you use a tattoo to pick up? Tom, this could be a really good tactic.
Yeah.
All right? Where's your tattoo? What is it? And have you used it to pick up?
Love it.
How did the night end, Leno?
Pretty well, mate. So did the
By
morning.
yourself.
Good on you, mate. Good on you, buddy. I'm proud of you. Robbie in Oatlands has called the show. Your mate's got a tattoo that he uses to pick up, Robbie.
Yeah, that's right. So basically, he went and got a tattoo on his bum that says your name, literally those two words, your name.
Yep.
And he'll go up to a girl and be like, I'll bet you a drink, I've got your name tattooed on my bum.
Awesome.
And they're like, nah, no way. And he'll show them, and they'll be like, all right, you can get us a drink.
That is not bad.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's an oldie, but you know what? It is a beauty.
I met a girl at a bar in Hamilton Island one time, and she said, I've got a tattoo of a rabbit on my bum. And she was wearing like a mini skirt, and she said, quick, here, look, I'll lift it up a bit, have a look at the rabbit. And I said, I can't see the rabbit, and I'm standing at a bar, I don't want to look up this girl's skirt. And she said, no, you've got to look further up, And I was trying to look, and I said, I cannot see a rabbit on your bum. And she said, oh, must have crawled into its burrow. Oh my God. I couldn't believe what I was.
That was the best family holiday we had. This is a horrible story. So a guy had been he'd been dating a girl for 3 years, and they'd been talking about marriage, and they'd been looking at rings there, and they decided. He said, "This is the weekend that I'm going to do it." But he said, to actually cover it up, what he did, he invited a few friends and a few family members, so she thought it was a weekend away with friends and family.
Oh.
Right, so they go away. I got her the ring of her dreams. I planned it. It was her favourite place, and we called it a friend's getaway, so it didn't look sus. One of my friends who came with us is my childhood best friend. We're very close, and he knew the stipulation that my girlfriend did not know that the proposal was going to happen. So I think he was using this guy in part of the proposal. So he said, "Are you ready? I'm nervous. Let's do this." 20 minutes before he was about to pop the question, the man received a tip-off from another friend that his best mate had already spilt the beans to his partner.
How do you do that? You know what the whole trip is for.
After proposing, the man got confirmation from his now fiancée before confronting his friend, who simply told him he'd gone against his wishes because, you know what, mate, it was funny. It's a bit of a razz-up.
Oh, that's
I was just trying to razz you up.
No, it's not. Hey, you know what the joke is now? Our friendship. See you, buddy.
Well, this is the thing. He's now not invited to the wedding.
Oh,
and he's
no.
lost the role of best man.
Oh, that's sad.
Mate, I would be heartbroken if I was the now, groom to be. If you're in that situation, and I did it too, where I was going overseas and I didn't want to get caught with the ring, so I said to a mate of mine, Macca, can you carry the ring? Now, if Macca had spilt the beans to Lisa before I popped the question,
horrible,
and ruined this build-up of surprise that I'd put 6 months into for this one moment, you booked the hotel room, the balcony, you've done everything, and then all of a sudden, she already knew it was coming.
But how's that funny? Well, you go, hey, just by the way, just before you go, he's going to get down on one knee. Have a good one. I'll see you later on. We'll have drinks later.
Got ya.
What was that? Oh,
That's a dog act.
It's a massive dog act.
Yeah, I reckon he's attempted to break them up. That's what I'm reading there.
Okay, so we got sent. Okay, who ruined the surprise? Get involved. 13 24 10. We want to hear from you. I did a television show called The Recruit, right? And it was potential AFL footballers that are trying to get into the system. They went on to this reality show. They lived together for about a month, and they trained hard, and we had coaches, AFL coaches, and at the end, one of them was going to get drafted to an AFL team. So it was pretty full on, and they had to be put through a series of challenges, and it was really full on. I hosted the show.
It's a great show.
And they said to me, just for a bit of colour, can you go to the boys' house one night? They're preparing, they're really tired after today's challenges, and have a bit of a chat, have a bit of a laugh with them and get the mood going. So I rocked up and I didn't know. I thought they'd already completed one of the challenges.
Oh, God.
But they hadn't.
So the audio quality's not so good here, but you can hear the reaction from the boys when I give this away.
So how was the helicopter? Did you jump out of that? No?
Did you jump out of the helicopter?
That's rewound and we don't say a word.
So I said to them, so boys, how was the helicopter today? And they all looked at me confused and I went, did you jump out the helicopter today? It was tomorrow's challenge.
You gave away the challenge.
You're the best. Do you
Could you
remember?
imagine the control room? Oh, for sake!
Do you remember?
I told you we should have gone with Nathan Buckley.
Do you remember in the office when you did the whole, it was your surprise to reveal, but when you said to me, when I said, oh, is BJ not feeling well? And you said, yeah, morning sickness has got her. And I said, oh, you guys having a baby?
Yeah, but then you beat yourself up because you were so committed to keeping the secret that
Do you know
blew it on
we're
the
about
spot.
a week away from announcing it as well.
Your face just
Yeah,
dropped.
she's crook.
Do you know
Just
what?
a little bit of morning sickness.
You know
there.
what the biggest danger is, and I think people panic, if there's a surprise party going on and you know it's a surprise party, I almost don't want to know it's a surprise party.
Exactly.
It's like when we do an interview and they say, don't ask these questions. They're now in your mind because it's so easy to blow it.
When I was doing the surprise wedding, remember I accidentally printed my marriage certificate and left it on the printer?
Awesome.
And Tom picked it up and
Yes.
just put it on my desk and said, I'll pretend I didn't turn it over.
Great.
All right, thanks,
Great.
buddy.
Kerry in St Clair, who ruined the surprise for your husband, Kerry?
The staff at the restaurant. So we were going for a surprise birthday dinner that he didn't know about.
Yeah.
And so we'd all finished dinner. He was ducking out to go to the toilet. And on his way out, the staff stopped him and said, we're about to have the cake. And he's just looked at them and gone, you'd be talking about my birthday.
No.
For me.
No. Kerry, very simple, isn't it?
Do you leave a tip, Kerry?
Oh, we still did. The
Yeah.
food was beautiful.
Yeah,
you got to leave a tip. All right, Kelly in Alexandria, what story you got?
Hey, I actually didn't ruin a surprise, but I ruined a movie for my sister, one of the best movies that...
You ruined the what, Cal?
A movie.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were talking about the movie The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
And that's like one of the biggest twists of in the end of that movie. But I said to my sister, oh, what about how he was dead all along? And, she was like, oh, I haven't even watched it yet. So, yeah.
And for anybody that hasn't seen The Sixth Sense, welcome to the Fitzy and Wippa show, where we committed to ruining.
Seventh Sense is probably not telling anyone again.
Mate, it's like when you're watching a game of footy in delay and then someone will message you and you don't even pick up the phone. Do not look at it.
Nah, do you know what?
Nothing worse.
If you're watching a game in delay or watching it later on, I'm sorry.
No, you've come home from dinner, you couldn't watch it live, so you think, I'll put it on now, someone's already told you.
Turn your phone off.
You've got to.
You need to turn your phone off. I don't have any passion. No,
Sympathy.
Sympathy for those people.
Or passion for that person. I
have a
hate
lot
them,
of
in
passion.
fact.
Can I just say, well done to the bloke who sold Wordle. This has taken the world by storm, this game. Josh Wardle has an undisclosed sum, 7 figures, guys, but he has sold it to the New York Times.
Amazing. It's such a fun game.
We were just playing at this. Yes, I started with house, I went to mouse, I went to moose.
Hold on.
Well, it's the first time I've played it.
First
You
word.
said you played every day.
I thought we were on Wordle. We play a thing called Wordscapes. I'm on the wrong game.
Tommy, you missed when I said to Whips, enter a word with 5 letters. He wrote friend and couldn't understand why all the letters didn't
I
fit.
could understand, Sarah.
Then,
I was in the middle of
look,
something.
He's done 3 guesses so far, and he's doing all right, but he keeps re-entering the same letters. So where they've clearly said that's not a U or an E, he's done it in every
All
one.
right. Okay, the first time I've seen the game. This is the one we play, where you drag it and you've got to make all the different words out of the letters that you're given. Wordscape's huge, awesome.
No one knows.
Get involved.
About it. No
They
one
do.
knows about it.
All
mate.
the kids at school are playing it.
No,
Go with the kids. Go with the future.
There is no one from the New York Times giving you a call to buy Wordscape. That's
not mine.
for sure. Mr. Water, this is a beautiful story because it was a gift for his partner. The pair got hooked on word games in the lockdowns the last couple of years, and it was released in late 2020, so it didn't really take off for a while, and now it's gone. I mean, if you're on Twitter all the time, people are putting up their results every day, so there's only one a day.
Yes.
You get 6 attempts to find out what the 5-letter word is, right? And there's different colours with different letters that you have. Anyway, it's hard to explain. He's made a lot of money. Congratulations. I mean,
They didn't have a figure on it, did they?
We're trying to get into it as a family, but you know what? It actually has rekindled our interest in Sudoku. And we've been getting back into Sudoku again.
Yep.
Do you know, I could do a Sudoku, like, quite easily. It took me 3 days to do a simple one, Sarah, and get back into the swing of things again. You realise if you're not doing them and not training the brain, how much you lose.
I see my dad and his mates doing the Sudoku, and that's why I always think it's an old man's thing.
Yeah.
He does that and then the quiz in the paper at 10 o'clock with his mates on a conference call.
I love the quiz. I do crosswords. I bought a little crossword book the other day. It's so relaxing to sit and do.
You know, when you know how I got on the row and I broke that 7 minutes, which killed me. It took me over a year. No one cared about it, right? I rang Dad. I thought if anyone's going to care, Dad'll care. I rang him at 9:59. I said, Dad, I finally did it. I did it. I don't care, mate. I'm sorry. I've got the quiz on right now. The guys are calling through. That was it. Because the quiz means so much to his daily routine.
See, it's just amazing. And it's you go into like a toy store now, how many different board games there are. People are still trying to crack that board game, the next board game that everyone's going to love.
Are you doing Monopoly at home with the kids?
No.
They love it.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, but the rules are still mixed for me for Monopoly.
Yeah, sort of make it up as you go,
Well,
isn't
you
it?
kind of you've got the base rules. This is how I look at it, and then you've got your family rules that come in. So each family has sort of different rules a little bit. I mean, Ted's stealing a lot from the banker at the time.
okay.
I don't trust Jack as the banker. You know, the notes go missing just because he likes to kick it if he doesn't win.
Yeah. But it's for a 7-figure sum.
Yeah.
It's not. This is a great story of another person coming up with a great idea, mate. I reckon you could come up with one, and this is not for everyone around the world. But if Wordle's taken off,
Are you setting me a challenge?
Why don't we do Whipple? Now instead,
You can Whipple.
You get 6 attempts just to spell a 5-letter word.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
I mean, there's 5-letter words like cloud.
Yeah, that's hard.
Or theme.
What about Indian?
What about basic, loser, or McFly? You know what I mean?
Sorry,
Yeah.
what was that?
Sorry, I meant to say.
5-letter word, Indian?
No, I meant to say 8.
That's
Is that 6 too? Friend
See,
was
this
6,
is why it's
wasn't it?
hard. You got 3 more attempts, mate.
Okay, what about 5-letter word?
It's not bad.
Foods?
I mean, you could play this with the kids.
Right.
Because I reckon that would be pretty easy for them to
I'm
knock you off.
also really impressed that this guy has thought outside the square and built his girlfriend a website as a gift.
Oh, it's amazing.
With a great game.
And then
Will you give me a chance to come up with a game? Will you give me a chance to gift you guys a website?
Have we not?
with a
Hello,
game?
Riddle time. Happy birthday, honk along. How
Exactly.
long did it last?
Have you played the web version, Sarah?
Of what?
New York Times. Go ahead with your offer. Nah. Jack it up, big guy. It's going to need 7 figures.
One of our listeners suggested you play a game or come up with a game called Snacks and Ladders.
That's right.
Which could be good.
Which was very good.
Snakes and ladders is the game, Tom. I don't know why the snacks is relevant
Snacks
to
and ladders
me.
was good. The hard thing was we were eating so many snacks we
Okay.
couldn't get up the ladders.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh yeah, the Life Improver. Your life improver.
Now, we did this last week, right? Because we thought, everyone's languishing at the moment. They're going back to work, school, hard to get motivated. We need some life hacks to get us going, just to kick the year off.
Yeah.
We had some beauties. This was my favourite last week.
So we just built a brand new house. What we did with our laundry was make it the most aesthetically beautiful room in the house.
Go on.
So our 2 teenage daughters love to go in there and do TikToks and take Instagram photos.
Wow,
But they're
okay.
not allowed to leave the laundry without taking their washing back to their room and putting it away.
That is good.
Great to make the most, probably the most boring room in the house.
Yeah.
the best looking, so the girls want to spend time in there.
Really clever. Can I throw one at you? I saw this one on TikTok. It's how you cut a mango, because normally you just slice either side of the pip, but you lose that middle section of flesh. What you do here is you cut a line around the mango, so you're cutting all the way around. You then, like you're unscrewing something, grab the mango and twist it.
I like an avocado.
Like an avocado, yep, exactly the same.
It's not the same as an avocado, though, because...
No, it's bigger and it's sort of orange.
Does it hold on to the pip?
It does hold on to the pip, says. So you've got that. So whether you want to just eat your half the mango then, or you want to get a spoon and just take the pip out of the other side, you're maximising the flesh of the mango. Thanks very much, guys. I'm out of here.
Here's another quick one for you. Stuff like sheets, blankets, towels, baby wipes, peanut butter, Vegemite, hot water bottles or heat pads. Now, and empty toilet rolls. A lot of people just throw this stuff out. The RSPCA need this stuff more than ever.
What?
With sheets, blankets, towels, and like hot water bottles, people throw them out. These are great for pets that are cold at night or just to have. Don't throw them out. Take them to your local RSPCA and you feel a lot better about yourself.
Wow.
And you're helping the cats and dogs that you probably can't at home yourself.
Love toilet rolls.
Leno, you've got a ripper for us.
Yeah. So if you want to get past a paywall...
So this is if you
on
go
the
to
internet.
So on the internet, there's a lot of publications now that you need to pay a monthly fee to see their articles or anything like this.
And you should do. You know, you should support journalism. Should you need to get past it, if you go into your settings and you find JavaScript and you turn that off, it won't ask for your login details for a paywall.
So Andy, our tech's in here as well.
true,
He's
Andy?
nodding his head. Does that work? So get rid of JavaScript on your computer, and you get past the paywall.
This feels deadly. Like you two are going to get sniped later.
Yeah, I mean, we could point out the obvious, Leno, but I won't. But thanks so much for working at Nova.
13
It's been
24 10.
fantastic.
If you've got a life hack, we would love to hear from you. Stephanie in Cronulla, what's your life hack?
Hi, guys. So this is a really good one. So if you go to the grocery store and you can't remember what to buy, take a photo of your fridge before you leave, and then you'll know what you have and don't have.
Steph, that's really clever.
Basic yet so effective,
isn't it?
Steph.
I didn't even think of that, Steph, because you know what? I forget something every time.
Well, don't the new fridges actually have a camera on the inside
Yeah,
of
well,
them
some
now?
of them, what the tech is, and Andy, you know, who loves cats and also is still in the studio, might be able to help out. What they tried to design, Fitz, was one where if you had a carton of milk, say, in the fridge, or your orange juice, when you bought it out, it would realise that has come out via the barcode, so it would read that as it came out of the fridge, and if it didn't go back in, then that item would be added to your shopping list. That would be connected to your phone when you got down to the shops.
Smart.
What hasn't gone back into my fridge? What's just been left out by the kids?
Smart fridge.
Clever.
Next thing you know, your fridge will have legs. It'll get out and go and do the shopping for you.
You'll end up making love to your fridge.
Rachel in Menai, what's your life hack?
Hi, mine's a bit boring, but I freeze grapes to put them in my wine so it doesn't get watered down.
Oh, that's so bad!
Oh, I get it. So because the ice cube waters down your wine. Sorry, that took me a minute.
And when it does cool down, you've got the grapes in there that keeps it sweet, Rach.
And they taste delicious.
You eat them afterwards. Do you know what I saw the other day on that vein, Rach, was if you like... what are you giggling at?
In that vein, not on that vein.
On that vein, just on my arm here, in and on that vein, all over it, the main vein, you've got these glasses, and if you could imagine an empty glass, and on the part of the glass is covered, right?
Yep.
So if you were to fill the glass on the side with water, it would not fall out of the top of the glass because it's covered. So you lie the glass like that with water in it in the freezer. So when then you go to drink a whiskey, you've already got the ice in the glass because the ice is set
Got ya.
on the side of the glass.
But you don't put glass in the freezer, though, do you? Because it can break it.
No, it's fine.
It can
What
crack
about
it.
in like
Only
a
if you're
nice...
putting something warm into it afterwards.
What about like your nice whiskey glass? Wouldn't it ruin that?
No, you're fine. Don't put it in the dishwasher,
But
for
the
God's
other
sake.
thing is, well, when you put a glass in the freezer, it tastes.
It's just an
yuck.
idea. No, it doesn't.
Frost.
Wouldn't taste any different. Everybody likes a cold glass with a cold drink. Am I right, guys? You're not wrong, Whip.
Oh, Alex in Kellyville, do you have a life tip for when someone's rude, do you?
Yes, I do actually. So I've worked in retail for over 10 years, and so I just crack a silly, stupid, corny joke, or I'd make a complete idiot of myself. And no matter how angry they would be, I'd see the tiniest smirk and I'd be like, I won.
What was it? Give us an example, Alex. Do you know one off the top of your head?
I've actually slipped over and fallen on purpose. And, like, normally if their kids would be there, they'd be like, oh, Mummy, she fell over.
Yeah, got him.
And, yeah.
Next thing you know, they spent twice the budget at the store.
Do you know what? You know when you're at a supermarket and there is a kid having a tantrum?
Yeah.
I've always thought, do I get involved? Because I've always thought about going over going, okay.
We've all been there.
Do not get involved.
So, Alex is saying if you fall to the floor and make a fool of yourself so the kid then laughs, that might change things.
No.
It's not a bad plan.
Break the mood. Alex is a life improver.
Tommy, I want to give Rachel a bottle of double chin gin.
Yeah, on the way, Rach.
Alex, everyone who gets on the show is in the running for
Good
50
reminder too, in terms of a life hack and also helping out if you've got curly hair with this humidity we've just had. When I went away for the boys' weekend with Tom, I stole some toothpaste from his necessaire, and that's when I discovered the many, many products he was using for his hair, which we've discussed on the show before. Not only the Frizz Smith, what else is the...
I'm using Moroccan oil now.
The soft Moroccan lamb oil.
Why
Very
Moroccan?
good, Tommy.
I don't know why it's Moroccan, but there's a hack for you. Go to Morocco, get some oil.
Like the life improver. How good's the life improver? Oh yeah, the life improver. Your life improver.
Let's move on to a bit of a trend that I've spotted, and Leno, who's here on the buttons as well, you've seen it too, and we've commented in the past. I'm seeing more and more of it. So I'm calling it a trend, I'm calling it a movement, and I also think it's a celebration. And I really support it, and I think it's quite sexy. I'm going to hold up a photo, and I want you to tell me what you notice about this girl compared to some other girls out there in the modelling circuit. Here she is now. I think her name is Stephanie. She is a model. Why does she look slightly different to other models you might see in this day and age? Because this girl here, and her key feature, which your eyes are drawn to, Sarah, has appeared in 55 magazines and 24 catwalks. This is what the people want.
First of all, she's quite attractive.
That's correct.
But that's not what you're staring at. Her armpits are hairy as.
She only shaves her armpits twice a year. That's it.
That's fine.
I think it's fantastic.
It's fine if you want to do it. Is it a trend?
Yeah,
Does
I think it is,
need to
Says.
happen?
And you know what? I'm not celebrating the freedom that she's chosen to not care what anyone else thinks. I think it's hot.
Sarah, do you wax yours or do you just shave them?
Shave. I don't get much hair. I come from a fairly hairless family, so it's just a shave.
Well, that goatee that you grew a couple of years ago,
Well,
I thought
that
was
part's
amazing.
different, yeah.
But so if you left it for a while, you would.
Still wouldn't. It wouldn't.
You're not that
my
type of
brother and my
person.
dad can't grow a beard.
Okay, got
They
you.
can't.
Right.
Like they don't get facial hair. So no. But I know girlfriends who absolutely would have to shave relatively often.
God,
but
one girl I went out with, she was so hairy. And she would complain about it and the amount of waxing and electrolysis, and it would cost her a fortune to maintain and look like what she thought society expected her to look like.
No, isn't it?
Now,
It's a comfort thing.
If
Like
she wanted to let herself go now, now's the time.
Was that an attraction to each other, the hair? Was the hair an attraction?
We did joke that we should never have babies. They would come out looking like little, I don't know, fur balls.
sea gorillas.
Sea gorillas, yeah, water babies. But more than that, I just think there's something, I don't know, slightly revealing about that. The underarms and the hair. Tom, you're pulling a face as if to say you don't like it, because it's not just the underarms. She doesn't maintain any body hair.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Nowhere.
So there with koala ears, it'd be flying. I'm in huge support of that as well, mate.
Of her koala ears?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see them there, but...
She would be so happy that you're in support of that.
Well, she would be happy that I'm supporting what I consider to be quite sexy
Tommy,
in 2022.
do you get itchy under the arm with hair? Because this is something that most women wouldn't have had to experience.
Yeah, no, I do. But I must confess, I did once shave is it the doormat on your
the lower back.
Lower back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Because I'm getting hairy there as well.
Yeah.
Tommy. I didn't even know.
You guys on the hair meds?
Mate, I shaved it for
Turn
the
around,
first
give
time
us
the
a
other
look.
day.
What do you mean?
Can you see if there's any more hair on there, Sam?
Sort of your
Where your tramp stamp is.
Mate, you don't have any hair.
Yeah,
your doormat.
You see the long
Well,
ones?
there's two things.
Feel it.
Thanks for showing
Don't
me your
feel
bum
it and
crack
stop
this morning. Oh,
putting
you
your
mean
bum
up
crack
there?
out.
I thought you just pulled your pants down. Oh, yeah, but it's very fair. You
Tommy,
can't see it.
you've never been
Yeah, I've
that
sha-
hairy on the back. Who shaved it?
Oh, I did it.
How?
Just with a...
Behind your back?
It's dangerous.
You start up
You're a magician.
YouTube account doing that, Tommy. You'll make a lot of money.
Some sort of OnlyFans of shaving my lower back.
So there's a girl on TikTok and she's got a friend and they do like a dance by the pool. And her bikini line is as wild as the Daintree rainforest. And I think it's hot. 13 24 10. Love to know if you're a guy out there.
What a sicko.
And you are... No, just an observation. People are into different things, mate. That's what you need to understand, okay? I'd love to know if there are other guys out there that like the natural hair on a girl.
Does that include legs?
Yep. Go for it. And if there's women out
Matt,
there...
thanks for your vote.
If there's women... I mean, Groot's been vomiting since I brought this up.
This is just weird,
No, it's not.
It's so
not
weird.
at all.
Feels like the kind of crowd,
sorry
too,
for
that'll
being
get
different.
offended by saying not shaving your underarms doesn't sit. But you know what? Stuff you. Don't care for your support anyway. Shave your underarms. Looks ridiculous.
No, it doesn't, Matt.
You're not homeless. You don't live in Enmore. And if you do live in Enmore, stay there. You know what I mean?
All right, mate. Groot, pull your head in because you've been very rude. Model 24, her name is Nikki. She's been in 55 magazines and over 20 catwalks because she has hairy underarms.
That can't be the only
think
reason.
It's hot.
That can't be the only reason.
She's stunning, of course.
Okay, great.
Yeah. She's stunning and
sure.
she's got all the great features of a model. But at the same time, when I see that, I'm not concerned about it and I'm not put off. I reckon it's a turn on.
Hey, Natalie in Penrith, you had a boyfriend that was into this. Is that right, Nat?
Yeah, the bloody jerk. We were together about 3 years, and I decided I was sick of shaving and waxing, so I went and got laser done, and he basically dumped me because he hated it.
Oh,
No way.
right. He loved the hair. Wanted the hair.
Yeah. And I wasn't even that hairy to start with, but I went and got all this laser and was feeling great about myself. Good, I'll never have to shave or wax. And he went, I don't find you attractive anymore.
Oh, my God. So he wanted hair all over your body, Nat.
Yeah, it was gross.
Wasn't the reason why we got hair under our arms was for the scent, and it was to attract.
Well, you
the
get
opposite
the
sex,
scent
wasn't it?
without hair as well.
Well, no,
I believe hair in those sort of parts of the body are for protection.
I don't think you do, mate.
What do you mean?
If you're hairless, you don't have as much BO. You don't smell as bad.
You're going to be sweatier, yeah.
Yeah,
with hair.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's the hair that the sweat in the
catches
hair is where the aroma comes
Would
from.
make
isn't it?
sense, yeah. That would make sense. I know my mum, one of her friends, they were talking about what they love in a man, and one of her friends said, I just love, my husband has the hairiest back, and I love running my hands and my nails through that hairy back. I should have married her.
Yeah, Johnny in Camden, you don't like it when women have hair, John?
Oh, mate. No, it's shocking. If you wanted somebody with hair, you don't go out with a gorilla.
Oh, John, that's not fair, mate.
okay,
Well, you're not
Johnny's-
perfect, Johnny. I'm
Johnny's-
sure you've had a couple of lung busters this morning.
Are you hairy yourself, John?
No, I'm not.
No. Do you like to shave everything yourself, John?
No, I don't, but I don't have much hair anyway.
John, have you ever told a female that you think she should maintain a little tighter?
I did mention to one girl I was going out with that needs tidying up, but yeah.
Not single, are you,
John's
John?
still single and lonely, but that's all right. Let's go to Taylor now. Oh, no, he's spent
he's
the
not
dummy.
lonely, he's
Taylor
not.
in Alexandria. Do men like armpit hair?
Men like armpit hair, yeah.
Did they say why, though?
Johnny doesn't speak for everyone, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know. You're not happy with John. So, Taylor, what's
No,
been your
not
experience?
Really. Well, I work as a dominatrix, and my business model has basically been based around men who enjoy the natural body hair fetish.
Wow. Right. See, that's where I want to pull you up because I don't think we need to say fetish. This is mainstream. Like,
Well, I don't think everyone agrees with you there, to be honest, and
Yeah.
Johnny certainly doesn't agree.
oh, no, well, what about Natalie? Natalie was Scott. Her boyfriend said goodbye because she got rid of her hair. Taylor, so...
Yeah, I find that very hard to believe. I think just the men that don't enjoy it haven't evolved enough, really, because, a natural woman is a thing of beauty, and obviously there's plenty of men out there that enjoy worshipping armpits and the rest.
So, Taylor, you think whips and hair is a good combination? It's a good business plan.
I think it really is, and sometimes it's good, it's sort of like a bit of a threat.
Yeah.
Men like to be smothered in your hairy armpits, and if they don't like it, then it's a good threat if they don't behave.
Best thing you've said all day.
Can I ask Taylor
you've
as
said
well?
all day.
What's the weirdest request you received, Taylor?
Wow.
My name's Talia, but...
Talia, sorry.
Sorry, Talia.
Listen, that's a very hard question, and everyone tends to ask it to me, whether I'm on a first date or not. Look, I just don't think anything's that weird. I've been in the industry for 20 years, so yeah, probably some that I can't say on air, to be honest.
Is it thriving at the moment, Taylor, the industry?
It's Talia.
Like the body hair industry specifically?
Yeah, has it been busier than ever?
Well, it's not been busy because of COVID.
Of course.
Yeah, but I bet there's a lot more mistresses out there with hairy armpits now than there were before.
Well, that's the thing.
right.
Maintenance went out the window.
You guys have been wearing masks before this pandemic even hit us, Taylor.
Let's talk about the update from yesterday. I spoke about the fact that my ex-girlfriend had contacted my dad about a recipe for his famous tomato spaghetti. I was in shock that she didn't first come past me and say, hey, do you know much about the tomato spaghetti? Is there any chance I could speak to your dad, or do you know the recipe on how to make the tomato spaghetti? Bit weird. Anyway, I haven't spoken to her for a long time, and Tommy, you said you had an update, so I can only assume you've got a bit of a surprise for me.
Yes, I did. I was in touch with Laura yesterday, guys.
So you've been in touch with her, Dad's been in touch with her.
It's obviously been a tough time
She
for
does
her. How
say,
is she?
yeah, she said it has been a difficult time, and this does bring up difficult memories.
Too soon?
I can't chat with you.
Made
this
her a
morning.
dress
Just good you could find her in
She
witness
said what?
protection.
Well, yeah.
She said what?
Well, yeah, she can't chat with us today. She doesn't.
She doesn't like
She doesn't want to come on the show.
No, she doesn't want to.
So Laura doesn't want to come on the show. Your dad doesn't want to come on the show.
Can you
There's something going on here,
read
mate.
out the text? Like, was there a reason she wouldn't come on the show? Like, she's not going to say, she didn't just write back, I won't come on the show.
She said, I'm so sorry, Tommy. It was a bit of a difficult time. I don't feel comfortable talking about it.
Oh, get stuffed.
Oh, wow.
We were in love, mate.
Dumping you must have been scarring
We were
for
in
her.
absolute love. 3 years we went out for. We both discovered love together.
This was 15 years ago. Is that right?
And the rest, I don't know.
Hang on, he's just winked at me. If that was only 15 years ago, you would have been what, 30?
No, it was longer than that. What upsets me
Nothing
too...
wrong with the late bloomer, mate.
What upsets me too is I went and rented a house not far from her over the summer.
What?
And,
great.
you know, she would have seen on the old gram where I was.
She doesn't follow you.
She would follow me,
No, she
most
wouldn't.
definitely.
She'd
I
mute
haven't
you.
checked. And she would have thought, oh, he's right next to me. That's nice. Maybe our families could catch up because we're both moved on and we're happy with our lives. But obviously not. Thank you, Laura, for not coming on the show. Why don't you contact another friend?
You knew where her holiday house was.
Yeah.
And you rented a house a few doors up.
Little bit.
Can't think why she's freaked out.
2, 3,
Did
4
you tell
doors up.
Lisa this? Did she know that your ex was just
I would
down the road?
wave. I would wave at her house every time we drove past. And I'd say, Lisa, say hi to Laura. And we'd wave out the window.
Yeah, fellow victims unite.
I could see the
I know
cars in the driveway. I know the house very well.
I know it takes certain people a long time to get over relationships, but when you're talking 25, 30 years, that's
It's not that long.
time.
I made her a dress, I remember, in the relationship. She's the one I made the necklace for. The wooden necklace.
With the shark's tooth?
No, it just had a pointy end on it.
Sound like Buffalo Bill out of Silence of the Lambs.
No.
I made a skin suit for her.
That wasn't the case, as the hyena takes off in the background.
moisturiser.
Tommy, any more from Laura?
No, nothing. So pretty silent from Laura Whip. I'm sorry, we've hit a bit of a dead end there.
That's just so unfair. It's so unfair.
So the two main players in this we can't get on the show.
Dad is on email, which is great. I have texts from him. I'll work on that.
Next thing you know, we'll get a phone.
I spoke to him yesterday. I had to do a conference call with him yesterday. He thought he had to be in the other place where the other guy was on the conference call. There was no other way to do it.
Do you usually conference call family members?
Yeah, I do. Just have a group chat. But, you know, we were celebrating his tomato spaghetti, which to me is the best in the world. And anybody like Laura... Oh, Dad Spaghetti. Yeah, the Wiggles are coming in for wrap-up of the week this Friday. Really good work, Len. I didn't know it was in the tank. Alison in Campbelltown, welcome to the show. And when we talk about great spaghetti and we celebrate it, Tom gave away a few key ingredients, but didn't reveal all. What's your family recipe and secret?
It's a pure chocolate cake. My great-grandmother started it. She actually melted the chocolate down. It actually just melts in your mouth.
What is it?
I'm not a very good cook, so they won't pass it down to me.
Can I?
I've begged.
It's all about moistness with the chocolate cake.
Wordle.
If anyone who hasn't done it today...
Absolute idiot. What an idiot.
Ruined it.
You don't even know how to play it. That's the worst thing about it.
Sounds like I got it. Sounds like I nailed it,
You
guys.
also entered friend as a 5-letter word.
In
so
16
stop.
minutes.
Tommy, can we go back to who ruined the surprise?
You're
done
an
that.
idiot.
Okay, sorry about that. We were celebrating the sale of Wordle.
No, but Alison, what is the... Because I heard beetroot is an ingredient to keep a chocolate cake moist.
What?
Is there beetroot in there?
No, I don't know. They won't give it to me because I'll tell you a story. When I was younger, I tried to make birthday cakes for my sister. And anyway, my mum came home and said, let's go shopping. So we went shopping, and about an hour later came home, and there's the fire brigade outside our house.
Terrible. Alison, there's a reason they haven't given it to you. What I love about these stories too, and these recipes, is they're generational. They've been in the family forever. Like the tomato spaghetti, that was my grandmother or dad and grandmother's from Switzerland, right? And she learned to cook it over there.
Yeah.
In a small canton Uri, where she lived, and then she brought it to Australia.
I don't think
she brought it to Australia.
Mama's making canton. Are you claiming that?
The canton is like a suburb or an area. And
Like
Uri
Mama's
is
making Wallara.
No.
Doesn't have the same vibe, does it?
No, it's not. That's not the item.
My issue with this is that it's come down during the family, so you're all just sort of indoctrinated into the same eating. Like
It's amazing,
but
Sis.
you haven't had anyone impartial. Like Tom's eaten it. He's one of your best mates.
He asked for the
Your
recipe too.
Your ex-girlfriend ate it when she was in love with you. Has
Loved
anyone
it.
like
Do
you
you know-
haven't had a professional
Well,
opinion?
mate, you know what? You need a nonna to go up against your dad's recipe. A nonna will absolutely slay it. That's where the recipe comes
that
from.
nonna will have their own recipe for whatever they might be.
the original
a
recipe.
lasagna. No, my grandmother owns the original that's been passed on to Dad, and he's the one spreading the word. But the talk about the tomato spaghetti when anybody tastes it, like people go silent at the table when it hits their mouths there.
Because of the build-up, I imagine. Have
They
you
sit
asked
there-
someone like a Matt Preston to
No,
like try it?
Should we get some to Preston?
Well, I would ask someone who has
A food critic,
experience and taste buds.
And who doesn't know you and
Yeah,
is not
that's right.
Swiss.
Who isn't going to play to your ego here and just tell you it's awesome?
It's not the ego. Can we get some to Matt Preston?
Yeah, could John make it? Because they're both in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Could John make
you
it?
I would email him. Yeah.
Email John.
Yeah, he'd write everything in the subject line.
And get John to make it and deliver it to Matt Preston.
Oh, that's
Would that work?
Okay. Well, if Matt Preston says it's great, will you get a bit of buy-in to it?
Yeah,
Will you get a bit of an idea?
I would trust Preston.
John could freeze it and ship it up here for you, says. I could warm it up, you could taste it. If Preston backs it, do we go further?
Yes.
Tom, get on to Preston.
I'll get on to
He's
Preston.
got the biggest head in the business.
Also, big apologies to Ali, who was saying, she just texted us saying, I was just playing Wordle and Wippa has ruined it.
Oh.
So well done, Whip.
Sorry.
The game that swept the nation and you
About
destroyed it.
That. Was it moist, was it?
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.